All right, so it is Monday. Right now, we are hitting a little workout at home, just thinking a lot. This morning, took another bad trade. So annoying, bro. An amazing way to start off the week. But right now, I'm about to hit a 2 mile run as punishment. Because today, low-key, I got tunnel vision and took a pretty bad trade. So I'm considering that FOMO. So after this little workout, we're gonna head out and do a 2 mile run. And yeah, I took a trade longing off of high, which isn't a big deal at all, but the retrace was really weak, and it was just a really mid trade. It was like a solid C trade. So I just really disappointed in myself, but it is what it is. I just gotta learn. I just gotta keep on learning, bro, from these losses. Last week, I took a really good trade, deep retrace, amazing confirmation to a really nice draw on liquidity, and it hit TP 1.6R or something like that. And then starting off this week with a loss, it's just back and forth, bro. Like win loss, win loss, win loss, win loss, and it's just so aggravating because it feels like I'm never gonna make it past this point in my technical analysis. And the funny thing is, bro, is that, y'all know my psychology is pretty good. Other than today, obviously. My psychology is pretty good. I've never really struggled with it other than like a little bit of FOMO in the past. But, and that's the main thing that all traders like struggle with, and that's why most will never become profitable, is they can't control their mind and their psychology. But I'm over here 2 years later, just struggling so much with my technical analysis. Like, it's not the fact that I have an unprofitable model, because y'all have seen the stats, y'all have seen all the data. Backtesting my model is very profitable, and even lifetime, bro. Like my draws and liquidity, typically, again, a lot of times it's kind of 50-50. Actually, no, it's not a lot of times. Like 50% of the time, it's like 50-50 bias, where I'm like, okay, if we go this way off of open, then I'm gonna target this high. But if we go this way off of open, I'm gonna target this low. And most of the time when we hit those draws, either way, price just immediately slows down and it stops. So I know I have the correct draws and liquidity. I know what I'm doing on the high time frame and everything. It's just the low time frame. It's really just the 1 minute, and just waiting for valid retraces and valid confirmations. I just get so tunnel visioned. And today was considered one of those trades, like I was talking about a few weeks ago. It's one of those quick retrace trades, those sketchy 1 minute retraces. And I took it, lonking off of high as well to add on top of that, with a draw on liquidity that was more likely to fail. I was wanting to see bearish movement off of open. That was what the high time frame was really telling us. And we started pushing higher off of open, which I was okay with. But if I'm targeting a draw on liquidity that is opposed to like what I'm the most confident in, I should definitely only take the most A+ setups towards that draw if there is one. But if there isn't, if it's a low quality setup, then I shouldn't take it. But if we get a setup like I saw today to like the most A+ draw on liquidity, or like a data low or something like that, it would have been perfect. It would have been fine. But I'm just so disappointed in myself. But it is what it is. I'm gonna make a few sticky notes, because it seems like I continue to forget. I'm so bad at technical analysis. So slow to learn, but it's fine. I'll learn over time, and we'll figure it out. But I'll create these sticky notes, put it on my monitor that says pretty much just to wait for deep retraces and good confirmation. If I can do that, even if I'm longing off of highs or lows, like today, for example, I longed off of high because I wanted to see good confirmation. We got that because we couldn't get it any earlier, and yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, just overall, deep retrace and wait for good confirmation. Because if I did that today, I wouldn't have taken that trade and I wouldn't have taken a loss. So, unfortunate way to start off the week, but again, like I always say, guys, it is what it is. I'm gonna journal it, and this time I'm gonna learn from it. And going forward, hopefully this week we can finish off with a good win. A win or two, hopefully we could see. I just need to avoid these sketch 1 minute retrace trades, these sketchy trades that I'm not super confident in, because there's like an obvious difference between a trade like I took last Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was last Wednesday. Y'all saw the trade on last week's vlog. That was an amazing A+, beautiful super high conviction trade. And I was like, bro, there's just no way there's no way this trade fails. That's what I was telling him in my mind. Like, there is no way that this trade fails. Like, I had that much confidence in the setup, and I need to have that kind of confidence with every single trade, because for today, I was a little bit confident in it, but I knew that it was risky, and the draw and liquidity wasn't even that really like clean and nice. So I know the difference between a super high conviction trade versus not. And that's where I'm just getting so confused with and tunnel vision with when I just enter a trade and I'm just not that confident in it, and I stay in it. So yeah, it is what it is, but we're gonna learn from it and we're gonna move on. So after this, gonna run a 2-mile run. So I'll probably see y'all boys during or after that. So peace out. All right, so here's a trade that we ended up taking today. Told the Discord that I was mostly it was just looking more bearish. All right, so we had this huge dump right here, as you can see on the hourly, and we got a retrace. We never tapped into the gap, which is okay. And then we got this really bearish close. Obviously, I'm gonna be looking for this next hourly low, based off of how we react off of this little tiny 1 hour gap. So going on the 1 minute, you can see off of market open right here. We got a push off open, little dump. Then this nice wick, started to push higher. We got this little gap tap. And I decided to long off of like this right here. Simple 1-to-1 RR, like this, off that small little 1 minute gap. And it was just a really risky trade. Looking back at it now, yes, it made logical sense, but in the conditions that we were in, it just wasn't the best. Really tiny gap. Really, quick 1 minute retrace. And yes, this is really good confirmation, longing like this, but this would be okay for a data high or something, but not just a normal target, especially when I'm more bearish than bullish. So this just wasn't a high quality setup overall. That's why I went on a run this morning, bro. Looking back at it now, it was a FOMO trade. And I went back and looked at pretty much 95% of the trades in back testing. I always waited for a deep retrace. When there wasn't a deep retrace, it would be a wick like this, and then a bunch of chop, and then a really displacing candle, right? And the draw would be super nice. So it wouldn't just be one quick retrace and then immediate flip, right? So just overall really disappointed today and how that went. Obviously the draw ended up hitting, and then we kind of just chopped up for the rest of the day, but pretty unfortunate. So we learned today, obviously looking back at the back testing, the Notion thing I did for pretty much all of my back tested trades, y'all saw in the past 2 weeks, for the profitable stats and everything. Literally every single trade, pretty much 90%, 95% of the trades were all deep retraces. And today, I don't know, I just got super tunnel visioned, and that's just something I need to work on. But now I'm going to make a few sticky notes, put it to my monitor so I do not forget, and I will just be taking deep retrace trades like I've been saying for the past few weeks. But I just completely forgot today and just made a stupid mistake. So going to do that. And if we just take deep retrace trades kind of like that, and even trades sometimes it's okay. I'm not fully taking out, quick retraces, because they are okay in certain situations, but today is not one of those days at all. The target needs to be amazing. The conditions need to be amazing. The gap tap needs to be super amazing. The displacement, needs to be amazing. It needs to be very, very obvious. And today just wasn't very obvious at all. So just need to start waiting for more deep retraces, 90% of the time. So just a lesson to learn again today, but it is what it is. We learned. So right now, going to journal this trade in the Discord, or journal this trade in my Notion, and then we have a lot of other stuff to do today, bro. We have 2 exams to do for my online schoolwork, post 10 stories, which I've already done, and then I gotta post 2 more reels. I'm gonna cook up a recap on here, and then later today do the 2 exams, and then what else? Oh yeah, and then we're also gonna cook up this one. We're gonna cook up a little promo for Alpha because it's still running 30% off until Wednesday. So they extended the deal until Wednesday, like I said last week. So the group said that the first and the second best video promoting the giveaway or promoting the 30% off, like the most creative, like the best video, will win $2,000, and the second place will win $1,000. So hey, bro, I gotta try. I'm gonna cook up something really cool for y'all. Just a really good idea, something really that's entertaining. So that's probably gonna take like a whole hour to cook up or so, an hour and a half. It's gonna be pretty top tier. So hopefully we win, but it is between like a lot of people. So who knows? But yeah. I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. I'll probably pick up the camera tomorrow. So peace out. All right, boys. So it is Tuesday. We got really good food here. We got some dates. We got avocado, banana with some cinnamon, and then I put some natural. It's just one ingredient peanut butter with honey and a little bit of cinnamon. Mix it up in there, so that's gonna be really good. And then we're gonna have that with this right here. We got a piece of liver right there, cooking it up, and then some beef, obviously, some eggs, and that's gonna be it. But yeah, today we didn't take any trades. We missed 2 trades. One was right off of open, and I just really didn't like. I was open to kind of taking it, but at the same time, it was a little bit rangy. But with how obvious the draw is, I should have been more open to it. So we'll learn from that. But obviously, like, it wasn't the absolute most obvious trade of all time. It was just like, again, one of those more discretional trades. And then the second trade of the day, I was really checking my phone throughout my entire lift at the gym. Since we still really had good targets, and then we started to dump like crazy. We got a retrace into a gap, and I wasn't on the charts at the time. Of course, the one time I was on the charts, we got a retrace. Wasn't super deep, but then we got like a really good confirmation, and it's really good confirmation. So I would have a really good stop loss. We had a really good target. Really unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'll review the trades in a little bit, but right now we're gonna continue cooking up. Oh yeah, bro. You can't forget the sweet potatoes, bro. You can't forget the sweet potatoes and the good old Saratoga water, bro. Am I oroforming? Am I lorbing? All right, boys. So we just finished up lunch a little bit ago. Posted a few reels as well, and just doing a few other things. But let me go over today's journal, right? Today's trade. So again, I didn't take anything, but the high time frame was really bullish. Looked really clean. Very obvious target, which is this high. And then the 5-minute was in a bit of a range, right? But this is pre-market, right? So looking at it now with how clean the high time frame was, with how bullish it was set up to be, that chop is all pre-market. This was an amazing trade, and I should have taken it, but it's fine. It's just another learning lesson for me to learn. And then later in the day, this is the trade that I missed because I was at the gym. Really nice dump, really nice target, hourly equal lows below. We get that nice retrace. Not a super deep retrace, but with all of this just slow movement, it's not like a quick wick up into it and then a displacement. We get a lot of move before we actually get multiple candle retrace and then a good follow through. A little bit of a slow follow through, but this candle closure right here really sells it. So safe stop loss. There's no reason to really go higher at this point. Really clean draw and shortened it straight down to it. I was on the entire session at the gym. I was checking throughout the entire thing, and I didn't take anything. And then the moment I get off and start driving home, we had this amazing, beautiful setup right here. So yeah, quite an unfortunate day again, but it's good. It's good. Learning a lot, and yeah, I think what I really need to start focusing on is not really like the exact model per se. Kind of like, even with my back testing, I didn't sometimes we inverse the gap, right? And we got an amazing trade right after. So I don't have to follow the model word for word. And the first trade off of rip, that we never got a gap tap. And again, I can't be mechanically trading like that where I need a gap tap. But the reason I didn't trade, why I didn't take that trade is because of the 5-minute chop beforehand. But that's all pre-market, and with how obvious the high time frame was, it's valid. But yeah, I think the reason why I've been losing
is that the losing trades that I do take, they are because I don't have a safe stop loss. That when I say not having a safe stop loss, not having a safe stop loss comes from us either not having enough confirmation, which gives us a good lenient stop loss, which means pretty much like if I'm entering where we're not having a safe stop loss, it's most likely because we didn't have good enough confirmation to put my stop loss in a good area where it doesn't make sense for us to go lower if that bias where I'm trading to actually should hit. If that makes any sense. Or I am trading with good confirmation, but the stop loss is too tight. And that's just been what I've been suffering and struggling with as of recently. Y'all saw the trade I took 2 weeks ago. Again, just too tight of a stop loss with no good confirmation. Very, very simple. Today, same thing. It's just a lot of it is just because my stop loss is not safe. And that's just something I need to work with, especially with these discretional trades. Like both of the trades today, like they had really safe stop losses. Like I know the difference in the feeling between entering a trade and saying, oh, like my stop loss, it's a bit weird right now. Like we're kind of in a weird spot, and I have to put my stop loss here. If not, it's like a negative RR. I'll say this type of stuff. Like I know that feeling when entering a trade where my stop loss is in a weird spot. But when I enter a trade and I'm like, okay, this genuinely just does not make any sense for us to go lower to my stop loss. Like this is plenty of room. This is fine. We have enough displacement and all that. That's when the trades actually play out. So just taking it day by day, bro. I'm thankful to God for another day to learn and improve, another day to journal, and just overall get 1% better. So even though, right now it's a bit weird, it's a bit wonky, learning a few lessons here, learning a few lessons there, I'm improving, and that's all that matters. I know it's just a matter of time. All right, boys, it is Wednesday. Right now, bro, it is looking mad bearish. Market opens in 5 minutes, bro, and I might take just like a really discretional trade today. Obviously, we're going to have a safe stop loss and everything, but it might be off of open. We're mad bearish, right? The next target is this hourly low. These hourly lows are here. Look at this 15-minute, bro. If we, from this 15-minute gap right here, get like a deep retrace off of open and some good, like somewhat decent confirmation lower, like I'm getting in there, bro. I'm getting in there because the high time frame is so bullish, bro. Like, or so bearish that, like, and we still haven't met this target. Like, it just makes so much sense for us to go lower. So, might take a pretty good trader here. Let's see. All right, yo, what's good, boys? So today we ended up taking a really good trade. I'm really proud how I performed today. Overall, markets are really chopped, really chopped, which it kind of makes sense. We dumped like 250 points before market even opened, so it's fine. But the setup going into the day was amazing. So let me show y'all, bros, real quick. So y'all can see that we got break even today. So I ended up getting out of the trade right here. So yeah, the logic going into that I kind of showed y'all. High time frame was so bearish. We got a really deep retrace into this 15-minute gap right here. Oh, y'all can't even see it. Really deep retrace into that 15-minute gap right there. So what I wanted to see was us have just a huge displacement candle, just invalidating this range, right? Mostly just invalidating these really bullish candles. I wanted to see just a really quick dump, and that's exactly what we got. I was staying really patient. I waited for a full candle closure. We got that right here, which is perfect. And then, what do? Right? We just started chopping like crazy. This is an amazing setup. I was really confident in it, and I'm glad that I took it. I didn't go break even right here emotionally. I literally just I waited and I stayed patient. Because, yes, this isn't the best when we retrace like this into these gaps. So I wasn't a big fan of that at all. But we still continue to carry out lower, and I was like, okay, well, the trade idea is still valid. Yes, we got a little retrace right here, but the idea is still valid. So we pushed lower right here. I still didn't go break even. And again, I'm just holding and just being patient, waiting for like a really nice candle closure lower to confirm that we're going to head lower. Before going break even. We push back up even higher, and I just, at this point, bro, this is chop. We're going down, up. It's just chop, okay? It's a lot of chop. So when price finally returned back down to my break even, my entry point, I went out break even. As you can see, we continue to chop, and then it would eventually stop me out. So yeah, we cut out, when it just logically made sense that we're not trying to flush lower. This is like an off market open trade. This is like the first 10 minutes of market open. We have the most obvious target. We have a really strong retrace and really good confirmation. We should flush lower in most cases. In most case scenarios, So going to break even right here is very, very logical, and I'm really proud how I overall just performed. So yeah, today break even, which is unfortunate, but it's all fun. So far this week we've taken 2 trades, and we're just overall learning a lot, bro. I had a really safe stop loss, which is what I talked about yesterday. I had a safe stop loss. We had a good confirmation. When you have really good confirmation like that, like that fat of a candle lower, and that deep of a retrace, bro, like it gives you a perfect stop loss. So my stop loss was safe, really, really nice target. We had a deep retrace, and just the confirmation is so obvious. So really good trade. Really proud how I traded today. But yeah, now throughout the day, like right now it's just kind of chopping around, but I'm still pretty bearish on the high time frame. So if we get out of this like low volatility range and just chopping right now, if we can get out of that and start moving, I'm going to be checking on my phone in the next hour and a half. Probably like I'm not going to ever trade past like 12 o'clock. I've kind of created like a new rule, not really a rule, but just like kind of a thought process with me. I'm not going to be trading PM session, but like any time from me getting off the charts around 10 or 10:30 all the way to about 12 o'clock when I get back from the gym, make my lunch and everything, that's when I'll really start to just kind of like stop trading past that point, past 12, if there isn't anything. But we still have really, really nice targets. So if we start to really just dump or even pump to the data high, we have a data high from 8:15 this morning, and we get like a really nice setup around like 11:30, I'm down to take it on my phone. So I'll keep y'all updated. If I don't pick up the camera, y'all know that I didn't take a trade. But yeah, today break even. It is what it is. Now we're gonna head out to the gym, and yeah, bro, my hair is starting to grow out. So happy, bro. That buzz cut was kind of fried. I'm not gonna lie, but we're starting to mog a little bit. We're starting to cook a little bit. But yeah, bro, this time I'm gonna low-key just grow out my hair. I'm gonna grow out my hair pretty long. I'm not gonna grow out like a female, like all the way down here, but I want to grow out like pretty long. But low-key kind of like not as long as Jesus's hair, but pretty long. But yeah, I'll pick up the camera later. Peace out. So we just cooked up some lunch. You got the good old classic avocados, eggs, some beef, apple, and then we're starting to do some fresh squeezed orange juice. So we got like a bunch of oranges, like we get them in bulk every week, and I have about 2 of them a day. Since like the bulk there's like just so many, so I have like one just full orange. We have like a little squeeze here. I have to do it manually and squeeze that. Like one whole orange is like half a cup. That's like perfect. That's enough. But yeah, pretty solid lunch. It's pretty cloudy outside today, but we are still chilling and getting some sun, bro. Alrighty, boys, what is good? It is Thursday. We did not take any trades today. Price action was pretty weird. I'm still kind of open to taking trades, but holy, bro, dude, this freaking camera sucks, bro. Dude, okay, all right. So, hold up, before we do like a little review, y'all saw the video a few days ago I posted. It was mad funny, bro, but I think it was pretty funny. But it was a promo for Alpha Futures, right? And it's a whole contest. So y'all might have thought that I just like went crazy and just made like a crazy ad for the 30% off deal on that post. But it was for a competition. The competition was, I think it was for like a few days. And out of the entire Alpha Futures groups, which is like out of like I think like 100 people, at least in my little segment, 100 people, you can either make first place $2,000, second place $1,000, and third place $500. Not based on views, not based on likes and all that. It's fully based off of like how much effort you put into it and like how funny it is, like how good it is and stuff like that. And mine was really, really good. I just low-key did something that I enjoyed making, something that's a little funny, but
Christmas morning.
Whoa!
What is it, Bryson?
Santa's really been putting me on this Christmas. It's 3% off using code BG at checkout for all Alpha Futures accounts. Personally, my favorite account.
So y'all get the whole gist, but that's why I ended up posting that video. But yeah, it's like for the whole competition thing. So if we do somehow end up winning that, again, I'm thinking out loud. If we do somehow end up winning that, $2,000, $1,000, or even $500 third place, We are getting a new camera, bro, because this John sucks. Do not, bro. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all this stupid camera, bro. Do not get this camera, bro. Do not get this thing, bro. Like the exposure sucks. Peep that, bro. It's been here for a minute. The exposure absolutely sucks. And it gets like super, super dark. Like I have to adjust it through like this little setting. And like it's super bright in areas where it shouldn't be that bright. It's just like my phone is better quality than this. So I only use this because of how convenient it is. So, bro, if I end up winning, the giveaway or what, not the giveaway, if I end up winning the contest, dude, I am getting a new camera. It's going to be like $1,000, but it's like the DJI Pocket 3. This is the second one. The 3 is so much better. The exposure is better. It's like 4K quality. It's amazing quality. And the compatibility is really nice too. So that's like $1,000, I'm pretty sure. So if we win the giveaway, bro, I am buying that, bro, to upgrade the setup a little bit, bro, because this John it's not the method, gang. It's not the method. But yeah, I just want to share that. But yeah, before we got all sidetracked, I'm going to, I was planning on reviewing today. You can see right here. That I'm changing the chart colors a little bit. I kind of like this, but I'm not going to lie. So yeah, going into the day, you can see no trades. Going into the day, it was really, really choppy on the high time frame. I sent out to the Discord that either higher or lower prices. I don't really know for sure because it is so choppy. But what do we do? Right here, you can see we ended up making a data high. This was an amazing trade pre-market, and this is exactly why you just trading like your rule. Like I don't know, but that's like I'm just being so. I'm testing a lot of different things right now. I'm getting used to being, more open to trading later in the session. I'm not going to be, again, like I said yesterday, I'm not going to be trading at like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Like I'm not going to be trading in the p.m., but like late a.m. session I'm fine with. But yeah, if like the draws and liquidity are still open and we're like getting really, really nice movement. But even something like this, like y'all know I don't trade pre-market unless if there's like CPI or PPI. But when we have a data high from unemployment claims this morning at 8:30, this obviously of a data high, we slow the push lower, and then we get like just the most diddiest candle of all time higher, right? I wasn't even on the charts at this time. This is literally the freest money trade of all time to data highs. This is the freest trade of all time, right? So stuff like this, bro, I just need to build that discretion and trust myself that at the moment of seeing these types of trades, I'll know if I should take it or not, right? So I just need to build that trust in myself and not really have rules like that set out, but to just trust myself in these times I see like these trades that are just so obvious. Yesterday, for example, I think it was yesterday, there was a trade pre-market, but we had like 8:30 news, but it was like prelim or something like that. No, it was ADP NFP. It was ADP NFP or something like that. Something like that. It was like ADP NFP. Like the Wednesday of NFP week, whatever that news event is. It was yesterday. Even though we don't have NFP this week, it's weird. But we had that, and that was at 8:30. So we had pre-market news, right? But it wasn't like major news like NFP, CPI, PPI, stuff like that. So I wasn't really willing to take anything. And the setup that I saw that morning was okay. It was okay pre-market, and I was thinking about taking it, and I was like, no, that doesn't really follow my rules, but in general, this trade isn't just like the most obvious trade. So maybe from now on, when it comes to trading pre-market, I'm okay. Like if I take a peep and there's something that's this obvious, and we have a data high pre-market, and we have just like a setup that like it's not going to fail, like today's trade, for example, that long, I should take it, right? But when there's like decent setups, pretty good setups, I'm not taking it, bro. It needs to be like the most obvious setups for me to take them pre-market if there isn't like some major news really, really moving the market. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. So today was a pretty good example, and then you can see right here, we ended up pumping higher, and then you can see 9:30 open was right here. We started to dump lower like crazy. Through the 15-minute bullish rally gap, which I was wanting to see a reaction off of to continue higher most likely because of how trendy we were pre-market. But we ended up tapping this little gap right here. There, I I plotted my thing like this. We had the hourly low over here, over there. And I was thinking about taking something like this, but again, y'all know how I am with the quick retraces. I was thinking to myself, with how bearish, with how bearish a sell-off is, if we're going to tap into this gap and start getting like a really bearish rejection from, we're not going to go higher and have a reaction out of these gaps right here, bro. These are like 50, 60 point gaps, bro. Like, we were moving off of open. Right, and with how much we're moving and how much we're selling off, like, this is okay to take. It's fine to take. I'm not going to be doing that right now with my experience yet. But, like, today is just, like, a perfect example of, like, me seeing it, like, happen, like, a lot of time, like, where I'm actually kind of confident in taking, one of these quick 1 minute retraces because of how bearish. We have multiple bearish candles, and we have a really close target. Like, we're just rushing there. So I'm not going to be taking trades like this. Maybe, I need to see this a few more times, like in these different scenarios when it actually is high quality for these quick 1 minute retraces to play. But overall, yeah, that was just a bunch of yap. But then, yeah, once we hit that hourly low, we literally just chop for the rest of the day, and that's exactly what we're doing now. So probably won't take any trades today. I have like another 30 minutes to see if we're going to dump. Probably not. But what I got planned for this weekend, we may be going to the mountains. We are going to the mountains for sure. I got to go see my family, but we're doing that only for one night. Going to go see my family for one night, celebrate Christmas. That'll be on Saturday, and then it's based off if it's snowing up there. If it's snowing a lot up there, I can't take the Miata up there, bro. Y'all know it's a rear-wheel drive car, and that little Miata, bro, it will go straight off the road if I end up slipping. So I cannot be taking it up there and visiting my friends if it does end up snowing. But if it's clear up there, I'll take a separate car than my family, and they'll go there for the night, and then I'll stay there a few nights with my friends after staying the night with my family. So we may go snowboarding a bit if it doesn't end up snowing and like snows all over the ground where I can't drive my car up there. But yeah, we'll see, and I'll keep y'all updated tomorrow. I'll probably let y'all know if it's planning on snowing up there, because if it doesn't, then we can hit a banger video next week, vlog a bit of the snowboarding, and y'all can see how cracked I am at snowboarding. So yeah, I gotta find my snowboard, bro. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Where's it at? I gotta find this John Bear. Where's the snowboard? Bro, legit, where's the snowboard at, bro? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Snowboard. Oh, shoot. Bro, it doesn't have my whatever they're called, bro. I don't my feet holders, I guess you would say. They're not there. They're probably in there somewhere. It's not on my board for some reason. All right, so right now I'm going to post one more reel for the day, do like a little bit of recap. I already posted 2 reels, and then get a few more things done, bro. The past few days I've been grinding. I haven't really been picking up the camera too much to talk or anything like that, or even do anything at all, because I've been grinding final exams as well as projects for the finals. As y'all know, I do online college, so doing that, bro, it just gives me so much time to focus on what actually matters, which is my business and all of that. So I've low-key been working a lot on the projects and the exams. So yesterday I ended up passing one of the exams, and it's the class that I ended up failing last semester that I had to pay my parents $1,000 to retake. And right now I'm like borderline about to fail again. So that's like the only class I'm about to fail. All the other classes I got A's in. But hopefully we can pull through and end up acing the final exam. I took a 3rd exam yesterday for that class. I made like an 83 on it. So we got to see if we can pass the final exam. If we can pass the final exam, we're chilling. But yeah, we're like borderline about to fail right now. So keep me in y'all's prayers, bro. Keep me in y'all's prayers. But I hope I don't have to pay another $1,000 to my parents to retake it again. That would suck. Been really annoying, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah, probably need to take a little walk in a little bit too. Just enjoy the day outside. It's been getting really cold as well, so it's a little bit harder to go outside and like eat outside, eat my lunch outside, go for walks. It's a little bit harder, bro, but I still got to go outside. You still got to go outside during the winter, get some nice sun in your eyes. Yeah, bro, just going outside just in general, just like it relieves me so much of a lot of my stress. So it's really important, for me at least. But yeah, I'll see y'all boys later. Peace out.
Okay. Blacked out like a phantom. My phone keeps having a tantrum. You know, boy, got the party. This song your national anthem. Fuck gold, I'm platinum. My bro sipping some magnums. Got girls flocking all over 'cause I'm young, lit and I'm handsome. If you talk shit, then I bang 'em. You're banned out to the mansion. You've never got no motion, lads. You've never got no action. Bitch, I'm all about me passion. Music, money, and fashion. Drugs and girls come later.
All right, what's good, boys? So it is currently Friday. We chilling, been doing some work. We just got up a little video, a little reel, so y'all can see. So I've been working on this for like the past hour. It's like 45 minutes actually. So cooked up on that. Recap too, and all that stuff. So right now we're cooking up actually a YouTube video that I'm gonna post in a little bit. That I'm going to do one of these like little whiteboard videos. So that's gonna be out by the time this video is out. I'm gonna have a lot of sauce in that video. Really haven't done one of these in a while, so really stoked to do one of these. But going to do that, make this YouTube video, post that, post my last reel of the day, and then work on getting the vlog done since I'm going to be going out of town tomorrow. I need to get most of it done. I'll try to do the entire thing tonight. So today's going to be a long day of work. I'll probably finish up work today. Right now it's 2:30. I'll probably finish up work today at like maybe 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock if I'm lucky, because I still have a lot of other things to do other than that. So yeah, been a pretty long day, but we ended up taking a break-even trade this morning. Pretty unfortunate, but I am back on the evals, as you can see though. Today was very bullish. Right off of open, we started to rip higher, and bro, this setup right here had so much potential, bro, so much potential. We had this 5-minute gap tap. We got a nice deep retrace, dude. I was just waiting for one singular like bullish candle. If we, dude, bro, I would have literally put the whole line on this trade, bro. But yeah, as you can see, we got a super deep retrace, 5-minute gap tap, really nice wick. I'd love to see that. And then what do? We just slowly pushed higher. I don't like that. Again, super strong retrace and then really weak confirmation. Low quality setups in general. For me, I need to see volatility really come into the markets when we're pushing higher right here. So we got a really weak reaction, so I never took that. But we did end up taking this right here. Okay, we got a 5-minute gap tap, and we were really close to the last target of the day. Okay, literally the same exact trade that I took last week. If y'all watched last week's vlog, the win that I took, it was like at like 11:30, right? We already moved a decent bit, right, in this session. This right here, we have already moved 200 points a session, right? This is 200 points. But last week we moved, I think, like 150 something points. We already took multiple targets, but we still have multiple very solid targets higher, and we are still showing that we're trying to go to the next target, right? Because we're getting good displacement past this first draw. So obviously I'm going to look for retrace and a confirmation to look to take to the next draw. So what do we get? We get a deep retrace right here. We get this 1 minute, or we get this 1 minute, like really nice wick. Literally the same exact trade as last week, bro. Same exact trade as last week. Really nice wick. And this trade, this candle right here, I was like, okay, there's about 15 seconds left on this, and we were like really moving. So you can see that I entered right here, and then we closed like this. So, and with this being said, I would have never entered this if we're going to wick like this. Because again, look at the retrace and look at the confirmation out of it. Not very strong. But with how we were moving, I was really confident that we were just going to continue ripping higher. So I entered about mid-candle, and low-key kind of got cooked. But we did end up getting break-even. We got very close to the SL. But yeah, really unfortunate. But it is what it is. The thing that I learned about today is to bring, again, it's just building discretion. This is this is the A+ setup, I guess you would say, criteria, right? We got that 5-minute gap tap. We have an A+ strong liquidity. There's 4-hour highs right there, super obvious. And we did get some good confirmation, right? That wick is a lot. It's really good confirmation for me. But again, kind of like the trade last week. I need to wait for the candle closure, exactly like the trade last week. Even though if we get a crazy wick, right? Because we are overextended, it's later in the session. It's 10:20, but we've already hit 2 major draws higher. We've moved 200 points. So I need to wait for good candle closure, right? Maybe if we got a setup like this, right, with that wick and everything, and it is like off of open to the first draw, that's fine. Okay, I understand that. And I'll be like more confident taking something like that. But something like this where we've already hit 2 major draws, we're pretty overextended, I need to wait for good bullish candle closure, exactly like the long that I ended up winning last week. It's literally the same exact thing. It's the same exact scenario. So yeah, again, pretty boring day again. Pretty dark outside. So spending today, just putting in the work and just grinding, getting a lot of work done for the YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna journal this in a little bit, and after that, bro, I'm probably done for the day. Again, I'll probably finish up at like 5 or 6, but yeah, decent week, bro. We took that loss at the beginning of the week. Really bad trade, to be honest. But dude, yesterday and especially today, I'm just like, bro, I feel it changing. I feel my discretion is slowly but surely changing, bro. And I'm actually applying like genuine understanding of the markets, and like what makes sense, right? So like today, again, for example, like when we're that overextended, I need to wait for good confirmation. Like I need to wait for really good confirmation closes to not enter mid candle when we've already hit 2 major targets. We don't really need to go to that next target. So yeah, I'm just learning so much right now. It's pretty tough. It's been really rough the past few weeks. If y'all been staying with these videos. But bro, one day I'm gonna look back at all these videos and all these vlogs, the whole thing that I just documented, bro. I'm about to be so proud of myself. One day when I'm driving in my M8 comp and whatever exotic car I may get, I just can't wait. But soon to come, gonna keep on working, gonna keep putting in the work and just gaining a little bit more discretion and improving with my edge each and every single week. I have the profit backtesting stats, so literally all I need now at this point, all I need is just to stay consistent and build discretion, build my edge, just week by week, day by day, learn and just implement. No matter how many mistakes I make, I will continue to learn and continue to improve. So it's a crazy mindset to have, bro, but I need to make this happen, and eventually I know it will. God's going to provide me with what I need in my life to, achieve great things, bro. So I appreciate y'all, boys. If y'all want to join in the Discord, it'll be left down in the description. And yeah, if y'all want to use code BG at checkout as well for 10% off all Alpha Futures accounts this entire month, make sure to do so. And yeah, I appreciate y'all, boys. Peace out. See y'all next week.